All right.
All right, we're here with head coach of the Texas Tech Red Raiders, Joey McGuire. Joey, I appreciate you being a part of our Big 12 Media Day coverage, sponsored by Valliance Bank and State Farm agent Chuck Davis. I gotta say, Coach, I've seen a lot of video of you coaching your players in the locker rooms. You're one of the most fiery, upbeat coaches in the Big 12. Talk about your passion for being a head coach of a football team.
I think you used a perfect word, passion. I mean, I have a passion, of course, for the sport. I think there's a way you play it, but I have a passion for my players. I love my players. And I think that they feel that whenever I talk to them, and whether I'm coaching them on the field, coaching them at practice, or coaching them in the locker room, I just want them to feel that I'm all in with them, you know, that I'm right there with them and trying to give them everything I have.
Well, I think that's infectious with your players, 100%. And every player that I've talked to said they just absolutely love playing for you. Talk about your team this year. We're based out of Oklahoma City, so we cover Oklahoma State quite a bit. You didn't play them last year, but you play them again this year, late November, if I'm not mistaken. What's your mindset on that game?
Man, I hope it's a huge game. I mean, I hope that both of us, I know that both our fan bases would love it, but it would be great for that to be a meaningful game. You know, that's what you want. You want meaningful games in November, especially late in November, to see who's going to get to play in the conference championship. It's going to be a war. They have so many guys back. You know, they're so talented, but they also are so deep. They've got a lot of guys that have played a lot of football on the offensive line, you know, and a quarterback that started at Tech. Right. I'm a big fan of his. I was a big fan of his coming out of high school. Big fan of Ollie's, and you're going to see probably the two best backs in the country, not in the conference, in the country, go at each other there in Stillwater with Taj Brooks and Ollie.
Yeah, talk about Taj Brooks. He is a very special, athletic running back, can really catch the ball out of the backfield. He can run between the tackles. There's not a lot he can't do. What really makes him into the athlete that he is, sets him apart from some of the other running backs?
Well, number one, he's a great teammate, you know, and he's a great mentor to our young running backs. We've got some good, really good, special young running backs that he's trying to help, trying to show, like, the thing about Taj, when he walks into the building, he is a pro. I mean, from the time that he gets there, the way he's taking care of his body, the way he's preparing for practice, the way he's preparing for a game, I mean, he really has bought in to the mindset of, I always tell him, this is a moneymaker. I ain't making any money with, maybe this jacket is, but not like Taj. He understands that, and he's bought into that he's got to take care of his body. That's what makes him, you know, so special and so durable. And then he's showing all these other young guys, this is what it looks like. If you want to be as good as anybody in the country, this is what you have to do. And I'm excited for him. He's going to have a great year for us.
Talk about life in the Big 12. You've got another 4 different teams coming into this conference, 16 total. It's going to be super competitive. Where does Texas Tech stand among the 16 teams?
You know, the biggest thing with us, I tell everybody, like, there's no way you could have convinced me that year 1 I was going to have to play 3 quarterbacks, and year 2 I was going to have to play 3 quarterbacks. So for us to be where we want to be, playing games late November that are meaningful games, we got to keep our quarterback healthy. We got a really good quarterback in Baron Morton. He's here today. He's one of our captains. He's a phenomenal leader. We got to keep him healthy. And if we do that, we're going to have a great opportunity to play in some really big games. I like our team. We're really deep. I mean, there's some things like, if you look at year 1, year 2 versus year 3, we're a deeper roster, more talented, and then offensive skill-wise, we're bigger, faster, longer, and can really go get the ball at receiver.
Now, let me ask you about recruiting. Now, you know, so many Division I coaches overall are really diving into the transfer portal for different athletes. But then there's still that high school class that's coming up each and every year. What's your opinion on high school football in the state of Oklahoma? Do you recruit Oklahoma very much?
Man, I love Oklahoma football. One of my he's director of player development. It was right there in Jones, Oklahoma. Dave Martin, and he's my right-hand man. I mean, we watch every single snap of practice together, and we're preparing for a game. He's right in there with me. I love Oklahoma football. To give you 2 examples, we just had a kid drafted, Adrian Taylor Demerson. Everybody calls him Rabbit. Carl Albert. The great Carl Albert.
That's right.
Many state championships out of Carl Albert. And, he's one of my favorite. A guy that everybody's forgetting about that was really coming on as a redshirt freshman and got hurt last year, so missed last year, is out of Wagner. And that's Isaac Smith. Isaac Smith is going to have a huge year for us at defensive end. And so I always mess with Coach Martin because I'm like, dude, I need more Oklahoma guys. I mean, they're all good. They're all tough. I need more Oklahoma guys. And so can't talk about the current recruiting class, but we're really strong and believe in that football. It's great high school football.
Well, we're talking with here Coach Joey McGuire, and I just love your style of coaching. I think you make a huge impact on these young athletes and help them get where they need to go, not only with their football career, but in life.
Thank you.
And I just admire the heck out of you, and I really root for Texas Tech when they're not playing Oklahoma teams, but good luck to you in your season this year.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Appreciate it, Coach.
You bet.